Hey everybody, welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Meriden now wants to talk to me, so that's cool. I figured this was her.
Inquisitor, a title hard to rhyme. A challenge for another day, I think. Forgive me my distractions, Eminence. I'm overwhelmed by you and what you've done. My name is Meriden, a humble bard.
And how can you help the Inquisition?
What do you bring to the Inquisition?
A simple thing that you know well. The power of a muse to rally hearts and minds. Inquisitor, I want to spread the word of what you've done. A small but vital role. Perhaps I'll also make a coin or two.
Are you a bard like those of Orlais?
Oh, heavens no. I'm a minstrel first. My weapon is a cutting tongue, not blades. I hope my skills will help in some small way, if only I can give your deeds their due.
Okay.
Carry on then.
Oh, I will do my best, Inquisitor.
You do that. Now, what's interesting is...
There is an issue that you should address.
Oh, here we go,
I
okay.
think it's worth your time, Inquisitor.
Stop the rumors
The day
operation.
finds you of well and sturdy health?
Okay, cool. So I couldn't talk to her before. I can talk to her now, but it's really all I need from her currently. If we go up a level, might... let's see. We could work our way over to Cullen. Why don't we do that? And certainly we're going to want to talk to Morrigan since she's on the premises.
I believe this is yours, Commander. It's addressed to you.
Who's it from?
I don't... It was in my hand.
What?
All it says is, Uldred marked you, but didn't make you. You stayed you.
Cool.
I know who it's from. Thank you. I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
So you're feeling better?
I trust you're feeling better?
Yes.
Is it always that bad?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was... not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
Yeah, he is really hard on himself.
The past isn't always pleasant. Sometimes you have to let go and move on.
I can't forget what happened, but it led me here. I can make that mean something. Anyway, I meant to thank you, not trouble you further. You've enough to worry about. How are you holding up?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty good.
I've met good people here. Knowing they have my back, it helps.
You certainly keep interesting company. I suppose I do as well.
It's really cool, all these different scenes with these guys. It's strange that they seem to... like, you'll talk to them in their quarters and then you disappear off to somewhere else. Isn't... we'll go this way. Okay. There's Morrigan.
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was an elf.
Just who is your mother?
Mother is the inheritor. She who awaits the next stage.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see.
Okay, interesting.
It's time to return to your studies, little man.
The sun. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised what she's wearing in front of her kids and everyone really.
My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
There's something to do when we were making the choices for Inquisition. Something to do about if she had a kid or if she didn't have a kid and who it was with. And I'm sure that if you were to play Dragon Age 2, then that interaction would have been a lot stronger.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise.
I didn't
No
say
son
that.
of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough without my adding to his burden. To think, until recently, this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
So you know about Skyhold then?
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tarar Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
Well, I like the place, actually.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Yeah, she's got a point. I wonder, and I doubt it, but I wonder if she'll be able to come out with us. That would be amazing.
I understand you have spared the Grey Wardens from destroying what goodwill was left them. 'Tis good of you, considering the weakness Corypheus exploited was their own doing. Still, should a true archdemon one day arise, they will no doubt be needed. Or so they would have us believe.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Soldiers are camped outside Skyhold in numbers that would give any nation pause. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of
Maybe it's all part of his grand plan, hey? That would be terrible.
I've no idea what will happen once all this is over.
Do you not? No doubt there will be countless men and women with suggestions. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
What work have you been doing to help us?
Currently, my efforts are focused on determining what Corypheus is, and from where his power comes. The elven orb he carries is what draws my attention. I wonder if the power he used to tear open the Fade, in fact, came from the orb. Perhaps it is even the source of your anchor. If I
She's
learn
got
of
that
its
right.
origin, I may also learn what Corypheus now intends, as well as his weaknesses.
I could use your company for my excursions outside.
Please say
Skyhold.
yes.
I have spent my share of time wandering the wilderness in the company of others, Inquisitor. Thank you for the invitation, but for now I will
Damn it.
restrict my efforts to researching the arcane.
That answers that question.
Do you know anything about his dragon?
It has the appearance of an archdemon. Of that, I am certain. A true archdemon, however, is supposedly the corrupted form of an old god. Has Corypheus actually dug up one of the ancient prisons? If so, why has a new blight not begun? His dragon is something else, something connected to his blighted nature as well as his magic. Beyond that, I cannot say.
Is it even possible that Corypheus could succeed?
The Black City exists. Wherever one goes in the Fade, it is visible in the sky. The last time Corypheus and his cohort stormed its doors, they unleashed the Blight upon the world. This time, perhaps he might indeed gain untold power, becoming something unto a god. It is also possible he could unleash something far worse than the Blights. So yes, Corypheus could succeed in his goal. If not, his attempt alone could destroy the world.
So either way, we're in dire straits here.
Corypheus says I'm a rival. Does that mean...
Could you become a god? That depends. Are you prepared to use your anchor to enter the Black City?
I wouldn't even know how if I could.
I wouldn't know how, if that's even possible.
Perhaps Corypheus fears the moment when you learn.
We know so little about Corypheus.
Continue prodding at Corypheus, Inquisitor. Elicit a reaction, and we may yet learn from it.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah yes, whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks?
Correct.
Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. We were very close. It was difficult to leave him. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Yeah, I would think so.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
Very cool.
I imagine your forces will be heading into the Arbor Wilds very soon, Inquisitor. Trust me when I say that wherever the Alluvian is hidden, it is worth any effort to prevent Corypheus from acquiring
The
it.
Alluvian. Okay.
I'll leave you to the garden.
As you like.
So Morrigan's involved. That is not something I ever expected, but I'm pleasantly surprised that that is the case.
The strangest things, Inquisitor.
She said you're wrong.
Interesting. Stone met, Inquisitor.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Tell you what, you finish one, and I'll write it up. Who better, right? A good Dwarven perspective.
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
He like chronicles our adventures, I think, on the those tablets behind him.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be bastard. They've
What
claimed
now?
for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. So why is the Council of Heralds asking me for autographs? Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
I don't know.
What are your thoughts on the Inquisition?
We've got a pretty well-balanced organization. I'm a fan of diversification and all, but do we have the strength to handle major issues when they come up?
I think so.
Good to know.
Back to work, then.
All right. He's super chatty, obviously. You know what I could do is I could go down to one of the shops. It's gonna hurt.
I wonder what it is that gives Grey Wardens their legendary skill and stamina. I should like to study one. Would that fine fellow I've seen in your company consent to a careful examination?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I await your return, Inquisitor. As do the spirits of those we have lost, or caused to be lost. Necromancy, Inquisitor. The dead will serve for you.
These are the different specialists.
I'm ready to learn what you know.
You have your instruction. The dead...
Yeah, so these guys will help me get into one of my special abilities, and if we want, we can take a look here. I think I'm going to end up going Rift Mage, and I would need more Ring Velvet. Let's see here. Readings can be found among the belongings of followers who show discipline and are available among the wares of the book merchant.
Make her late.
So let's see what these guys are selling. I'm looking for...
The Inquisition is
Not
on its
that.
tail. That thing is a coward, even if it's lost.
Look at this thing. Axe of the Dragon Hunter. That is awesome. That's really cool. Mage Hunter. It's a unique shield. Grunsman's Bow.
Wardens and Hallam Sharau? They're supposed to be our best. That's what they always say.
And these are just the mounts. I'm looking for those little basic ingredients to upgrade some of our things at Skyhold, but I'm not seeing them in any of those locations.
Want a drink? I've a hankering for company.
Let's do it. What's on your mind, Blackwall?
When I was a boy, there were these urchins who roamed the streets near my father's house. One day, they found a dog. A wretched little thing. It came to them for food. They caught it, tied a rope around its neck, and strung it up. Do you know what I did?
Of course I don't, but I'm hoping that you saved it.
I wasn't there. How should I know?
I'm guessing that you didn't.
I did nothing.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing. It was crying. I saw the kicking legs, The neck straining and twisting, and I turned around, went inside, and closed the door. I could have told my father, or alerted someone. I didn't. I just pretended it wasn't happening.
You said you were just a boy.
I was old enough to know the dog was suffering and that it was wrong. I may as well have tied the noose myself. We could make the world better. It's just easier to shut our eyes.
When we first met, you were saving peasants from demons and outlaws. You're not a man who shuts his eyes. A little insane, maybe?
Of course you'd make light of it. You make saving the world look easy. The rest of us can only dream of matching what you've done. Don't you see? It's not just about what happened back then. There's always some dog out there. Some fucking mongrel that doesn't know how to stay away.
Jeez. Feel like something else is going on here, Blackwall.
Is this what war is like?
Never been in one.
Wait a sec. Where is he? A message from Blackwall. You've been a friend and an inspiration. You've given me the wisdom to know right from wrong. And more importantly, the courage to uphold the formers. What? You are kidding me. A messenger is here all of a sudden. Okay.
The Spy Master has confirmed it. Blackwall is gone.
Does Liliana know?
Go on. Liliana knows where he is, doesn't she? She knows everything.
She doesn't know everything, yet. Sister Liliana had us search the Warden's quarters. Not much to find, except this. It was missing from last week's reports. I don't know what Blackwall's interest in this particular matter is, but it could be a good place to start.
Okay, great. So he's gone. A crumpled sheet of paper. It looks like it was removed from a recent report to Sister Liliana. Lieutenant Cyril Mornay, one of the soldiers responsible for the Callier massacre of 937, was captured in Lides. Like the others who were arrested for their involvement, Mornay insists that he did not know who he was assassinating and that he was just following the orders of his captain. This captain, Tom Rainier, is still at large. Mornay is to be executed within the week in Val Royeaux. Well, I suppose that's a pretty good place to head, isn't it? Guys? All right, let's touch base with Solas.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, machinations, betrayals. After our time in Halam Shirao, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
So you've seen this happen before?
You miss court intrigue? When were you at court?
Oh, well, never directly, of course. An elven apostate is rarely invited to speak with empresses and kings. But from the Fade, I have watched dynasties form and empires crumble. It is sometimes savage, sometimes noble, and always fascinating. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
Huh.
I hope you know that I didn't turn over Briala lightly. If I'd had another option...
What? Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry, I was confused.
I thought,
do not
though...
consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Nor should you. You're not defined by the shape of your ears. They're not your people.
No. They are not. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
I didn't get the impression that we turned her over. I thought they were all working together. But maybe it's just Celine and Gaspard.
She's done good work. Hopefully, with our help, she can help them even more.
Yes. However much I identify, or fail to identify, with her people, Briala's efforts have been remarkable. She organized resistance against a powerful enemy, using only her wits and the resources at hand. That demands respect, especially in a world where most would look at her and only see a pair of pointed ears. Greetings.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
That's strange. Okay, now I would like to go and see Vivienne. But we'll go up top and see everybody first.
I have to admit, it does feel good to have my amulet back. I'm not above a bit of attachment, apparently. Bloody thing.
I should go.
Here I thought we were just getting to the good part.
Greetings again, Inquisitor.
I trust everything is well with the mages.
We're mostly relieved. An alliance with the Inquisition offers security. Although, who knows for how long?
I'll leave you to it.
Surprised she has no thoughts on Morrigan. The folly of General Not Sheraton, 4. And so it was that victory was absolute. Oh, and so it was that victory was absolute. And cheers were raised for General Not Sheraton. And so buoyed by respect and admiration, Not Sheraton stood proud and removed the mask to state her true name. For they had not accepted her? Or had they not accepted her? Had they not thrived by her leadership? Had they not become comrades despite station and masks and nonsense of protocol? And the answer was swift and bewildering, for they had not. And swiftly she was bundled away amid calls of imposter and spy, and other terms she would not know, for she still did not know Orlais. Here we go.
Inquisitor, I wonder if you might help me with a delicate situation.
Thought you'd never ask.
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern.
Oh god.
I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
Okay. And what's this formula exactly?
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivienne. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
So it's a secret and you won't tell me?
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but won't tell me what it's for?
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would not have attained my position at court if I didn't know when to be silent.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
Well, if I'm going, you're coming with me.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Our success. This will not be a solo venture.
Yes?
Okay. Obtain the heart of a snowy wyvern from the exalted plains. That we can do.